Are you a powerhouse leader or a people pleaser? That's a question that's a hard one for a lot of women in leadership to sit with, because you want to be seen as a powerhouse, you want to be seen as credible, you want to be seen as strategic, you want people to take you seriously. But yet, so many women in leadership people please. We say yes because we want to be seen as cooperative. But actually, what if that was the wrong way? What if the more you please, the less credible you actually were? And that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in this week's episode of the 360 LeadHERship Podcast. It's going to be quite reflective, and I think it's probably one of the most important episodes I have ever recorded. So please make sure you listen in. It's going to be a good one. Hi there, and welcome back to another episode of the 360 LeadHERship Podcast. I cannot believe that we are in the middle of November. Like, it is just crazy. Are you all set for Christmas? The very dreaded question. Or if you're in the US, maybe you're preparing for Thanksgiving. I remember actually a few years ago, one of my dreams, obviously I'm Irish, but I love America. I don't know if I told you guys that before. I've been to LA a few times. I've been to New York a few times. And if anyone actually is American listening to this and you want to fly me over for an event, please reach out because I am there. I just love the US. And I always had this dream to go to the US for Thanksgiving because I just, it's not a holiday we celebrate in Ireland. But as a positive psychology coach and as somebody who is so grateful for my life and to just be alive most of the time, I have my days though, don't worry, just like everybody. I just love the idea of Thanksgiving because it's all about just giving thanks and being grateful. And I just think it's a really lovely holiday. So anyway, I flew to the US a few years ago on Thanksgiving. I went to New York, booked this, I can't remember the name. It's a really well-known Italian family restaurant in New York. And we had like turkey with the cranberry sauce and the yams and like all the American things. And the sweet potato the yams had like mini marshmallows on top. And like, this was just the coolest thing. But anyway, I'm reminiscing here thinking, excuse me, about that time. It was so cool. But it got me thinking, as I was thinking about Christmas and Thanksgiving, how much my own money mindset has changed over the years. Because I didn't even know money mindset was a thing. But when I did my coaching course, it was something that we had to look at, which was our relationship with money. And whether you know it or not, you too have a relationship with money. And for some people, it can be a positive relationship, and for others, not so much. So today we are having a real conversation, and it's one of them that not all of you will love at first, but if you stay with me, it could shift not only your entire career trajectory, it can also change your life. So here is the question. Are you a powerhouse leader or a people pleaser? Because whether you realize it or not, your money mindset is actually running your leadership and your life. And for so many high achieving women, it's also the cause of self-sabotage because we don't necessarily understand how our relationship with money is influencing our careers and everything. So today I want to talk about the three main money mindset archetypes or money mindset archetypes that I see with women when it comes to money. And the reason they're so important is because money is a tool to allow you to experience things. So I'll just give you a backstory. Like growing up, we didn't have very much money, not a lot at all. And I remember my mom always had a little black book where she'd write down she would know to the penny how much money we had in our bank account. As much as I love my Louis Vuitton bags now, it's far from Louis Vuitton I was raised, let me tell you. And I, grew up thinking that money was scarce. I grew up thinking it was selfish, I guess, to spend money on myself because my mom always shopped in like the bargain rails and she never made big investments in herself because they didn't have the money. But when I went into the corporate world and I started earning good money, like lots of you, I still carried that mindset with me. Even though my parents' circumstances were vastly different to mine, I still brought those money mindset beliefs with me. And ultimately, for a long time, like, I shopped on all the bargain rails. I still do, actually. I still get a buzz out of that. I think we all love a bargain or a bit of a deal, don't we? But I'll still always do that because that, like, just brings me back to my roots. But I certainly would never have invested in the likes of coaching, for example. I would have seen that as something as my employer should pay for, or something that was for like athletes, or, nice to have. And now it's like a total non-negotiable for me. And like, since I've started to invest in myself, my confidence has soared, my self-worth has soared, my income has soared. And I'm able to then, share this message with you, as if you do have a poor money mindset, that I want to talk a little bit about that today. And equally, you can have a scarcity mindset, but also you may have a different relationship with money, in a sense that maybe you had money growing up in your house, and maybe it was the cause of arguments, or maybe your parents or whoever the main breadwinner was never available. So maybe money is negative to you. So a lot of us have a negative relationship with money, actually. So I'd love you to sit back, and, we're going to do a little psychoanalysis here. And we're going to look at the 3 different money mindset archetypes. And I want you to see which one you think you might fall into. Okay? We ready? All right, let's go. So the first one is what I call the permission seeker. Now, this is somebody who wants growth. She wants certain things, but only if somebody else funds it. For the likes of, like, self-development, she usually waits for her company to pay for it. And she's thinking, well, if they value me, they should invest in me, or I'll see if my company will pay, because really, like, they should be paying. But while I do agree with that to a certain extent, I actually do believe that organizations should be investing in their female leaders. It's actually your career and it's your life, not theirs. So if you have development needs that are not being met, and when I say development needs, I'm not just talking about leadership, guys. I'm talking about you. Like, I'm talking about you who wants more time, because it impacts your whole life. It impacts your sleep. It impacts your relationships. We've gone over this before. It impacts your health. It impacts everything when you're overworking. If you want more recognition, if you want more opportunities, well, why would you not invest in yourself to achieve those things? If you think about it, like, it's just a little bit, I think it's like we just are not used to investing in ourselves. We'll give the money to our parents, we'll treat our family to holidays, we'll buy cars that make us look good and fit our brand, that, or buy a bag or whatever it is. But have you ever invested in you? And if you have, I love you, because you deserve it, right? An investment doesn't have to look like coaching. It can look like going to the spa. It can look like investing in therapy, if something that you need. I just think it's so important to, like, not ask permission and not wait for other people, or not ask your partner. Like, you earn good money if you're listening to my show. I know you do. And it's okay to spend that on yourself. Okay? The second type, let's see, was that you? If that was you, all good. But we're going to change that. The second type is what I call the fence sitter. Now, she knows she needs to invest, but she usually hesitates. And she's saying things to herself like, okay, I know I want to work on my confidence. I know I need better work-life balance. I just cannot sustain this anymore. I can't keep having work rule my life. I really want to be able to accelerate my career and be present at home and all of those things. But I'm kind of just going to sit on the fence and just hope something changes. And she might be asking herself things like, is it the right time? Or is it worth it? Or am I worth it? And it's really fear disguised as procrastination. And it's totally normal, because if you have never, like, let's say, for example, like 360 Leaders Club, right? The minimum investment, it's $4,995 as I'm recording this right now, for 6 months support. And it's $5,995 for our executive experience, which would be for our executive leaders. Okay. So if you're below executive, you can still join our signature experience for $4,995. Now, it's a chunk of change. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a chunk of change. But like an MBA is like 40 grand or probably more. 5 grand is like a holiday. It's not even a holiday. My college cost me way more than that, which we use to recover from the stress. But then we won't invest it in ourselves to make our lives easier for like 6 months and beyond. Because the tools that I teach, you have them for your life. You have them for career. You have them for, you can use them for home. Like, we cover things on how to manage your emotions effectively at work. We cover things on conflict management, having difficult conversations. And I'm not talking about surface level shit. I'm talking about deep psychology, giving you frameworks and tools and the encouragement and the support you need to actually take imperfect action. So like when you take action, you will get results. When you get results, you'll see transformation. So if you want change and it's worth it to you, why would you not invest in yourself? Something to think about. And then the third type of investor is the empowered investor. And she's like, okay, this is my money. This is my life and it's my turn. I know that I've done loads of leadership courses and different trainings and work. I know I've been listening to podcasts. I know I've been reading books. And I know that I'm still in the same place as I was 6 months ago. She doesn't wait for the perfect time. She doesn't keep putting everything off because she knows that she has a problem. And because she's a problem solver, she knows it's smart to invest in support. And she definitely doesn't wait for company approval because she knows that's going to take weeks, months, and she's not willing to sacrifice any more time. And she invests because she knows that the return on investment is not just money, it's time, energy, confidence, and opportunities. And the irony is that most of our members, guys, they at least 5x their investment. I've had women, you wouldn't believe the 2 promotions in 18 months, a 60K bonus being given out of the blue. Somebody else the other day told me they got like an off cycle 18% increase and another bonus. Money just seem, I don't know, when you're with me, you just seem to make more money as well, because I'm so passionate about, abundance and about really opening your mind to the fact that there's money everywhere, right? You can always earn more money. It's something that's there. It's available to you. But time is totally different. Why would you waste another second of your time if you're not happy? Why would you waste another second of your time? You don't have to do it. So the thing that with the empowered investor that I noticed, guess what happens with her? She's the one who gets promotions, opportunities. She's the one who sleeps better at night. She's the one who's going to the gym 2 or 3 days a week. She's the one who sought out for strategic discussions, right? So there's no judgment in any of these. It's just really about you and your own awareness that you do have a relationship with money. And it's either helping you in your growth in your career and as a woman, as a wife, as a daughter, friend, sister. Because when you grow, you don't just grow in your career. You're one person, right? You're going to grow in your life. So which one are you? Now, you might be thinking, right, okay, so Lucy's been talking about 360 Leaders Club, and the waitlist is opening soon. So you can go to 360leadersclub.com/waitlist right now. I'll pop it in the show notes. Get yourself on it and we can start together in 2026. But you might be thinking, which is totally fair enough, right? What's different about this and isn't worth it? So let's talk numbers. So we know from, I've already told you that my members at minimum usually 5x their investment. That is not guaranteed. Obviously, those numbers are indicative based on the people who've got promotions, who told me about bonuses, etc., etc. Okay. But some of them have probably 15x. But the average return on a coaching investment, according to the ICF, is 5.7. And there was another study that showed that there was a 788% return. And you will absolutely, I think it was Harvard did a study which showed that there was an 18.5% boost in job satisfaction in women who are coached versus women who are not. And here's something absolutely wild. So if you're multitasking, come back to me. More men invest in coaching than women. And we wonder why there are more men in leadership. Just saying. And I can tell you firsthand that I would not be where I am today without coaching. And I have worked with coaches for the last maybe 6-7 years, actually more, more, through every level of my business, and back in my career as well as when I started my coaching journey. And now, like, since I found coaching and personal development that's not in some stuffy academic room with nice fluffy discussions, it's all practical, it's all actionable, it's designed for the modern world. I love supporting you to do this and connecting you with other women and the community and just seeing what's possible. So I want you to know that change is possible. And if you're done sitting on the fence, you're done waiting for somebody else to give you permission, this is your sign. So the 360 Leaders Club waitlist is open. You can head over right now to 360leadersclub.com/waitlist, and we're going to be opening up members very, very soon. Pop your name down and you'll be the first to know when an opportunity comes up. Like, please, just don't carry the same patterns into the new year. You are your best investment, and the ROI is bigger than you can ever imagine. I'm talking, one of the nicest ROIs I hear about 360 is the new friendships you'll form, the camaraderie, the sense of not feeling alone, having somewhere to, like, someone who gets it, right? So yeah, I just think you ought to consider it for yourself. So that's it for this week's episode of the show. Remember, like, success, balance, and happiness are so possible, but it all starts with the right mindset, the right tools, the right strategies, and the right support. And you, lovely lady, you so deserve that. So until next time, have a great week. Stay safe. See you then.